Hi Gayatri. Hi Monica. Hi.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Gagan. This is the last session. FABA Friday.
Sorry. Hi Kasturi.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi, Kasturi. Hi, Murli sir. Good evening.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Kasturi.
Hello,
How is it?
Jagadeesh. Yeah, I'm trying to fix my light here. Arrangements for, yeah.
Even my light is crazy. Like I can see only myself half, but when you see
Yeah, my light's actually behind me. So for this, I have to put it in front so that you can see my face.
yeah,
Not too many people, today.
I don't know, sir. We'll see. I mean, we need
How many people have come now? 7. Okay.
7. Yeah, people will join.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. But there's
How
also
are you?
topic. Good, sir. Busy. We are doing this event here in Hyderabad.
Okay.
So tomorrow we have a career connect where we have a small hall. Only I think 50, 60 will fit, and we are afraid that there will be more than 100 people.
All right. Oh, that logistics you need to figure out. That's
Yes,
bad.
And a
Yeah.
lot of HR people have confirmed, and even companies want to come and pitch in. So it's
Okay.
quite interesting how it is shaping out.
All right.
Yeah.
I had actually registered for all FABA Fridays, but I
Okay.
did not get the Zoom. That's why I got a little late today.
Oh.
If I register for all Fridays, I should be getting every Friday, right?
Yeah.
In principle, yes.
I did not. Last time I did register, I did not get it. So I had to register again. That's the reason I'm a bit, I landed exactly at 7. Otherwise, I would have been here. I always make it a point to go at least a few minutes earlier.
But one insider tip is that the Zoom link remains the same.
Yeah.
Oh, it is the same link or what? Oh, okay. And now I get it. Okay. Sorry, my bad. You should have told this. I thought every Friday we'll get an email.
We will check that in the back end, sir.
All right. No issues whatsoever. Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Kasturi, how is life in Germany? How is Germany treating you?
Right now, it's tough, sir, because I'm actively applying for jobs. Even the startup companies, I got 2 contracts, and then last minute, I don't know, they found some other candidates, and yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah, right now it's very tough for me because I'm so actively involved that now I'm feeling very demotivated.
Oh, okay. Then that means something will come in your way.
Now I don't know. I'm like at that saturation point I have reached. I don't know if I have to put more efforts or I just have to take a break. Very badly confused because consistently I'm reaching out to people, trying to upgrade myself, update my resume. I started applying in German itself with the German cover letter, German. And now I'm thinking to get enrolled in a distance program or something so that I get a work student status and then I apply for work student positions.
Okay.
Of it, but I don't know. But that's going to be again a long term. So just confused.
Yeah, what do you think will be good?
I am really like, I just need an opportunity to express myself. Like the startup company, which they said I was ready to take up, even though the tasks were more, everything was really good. They asked me if I'm okay with that, and they'll send me the contract on Monday. I said, yeah, I'll just check, figure it out with the Ausland around and get back to you with the residence permit card because they wanted my valid visa card.
Yeah.
And I asked them 2 days time, and then they denied it. They just denied the offer completely.
Okay.
So,
you can ask for a feedback why they denied.
Yeah, he said that I found someone else and it is immediate. I told you, I just asked you a day time to get back regarding the visa. So, like,
Okay.
okay,
that's-
whatever it is.
I think it's good you didn't join them because that shows their, the style of working. Because
Yeah,
I mean, I build companies and I work with startups. So it's like, having stable mind is important. If somebody fires you or hires you for no reason, then that's not the company that you should be.
yeah, and
working
it
with.
was very
Absolutely.
unorganized, sir. Like Sunday, he called me up for an interview. That was like Sunday, he scheduled up, and then very randomly, I thought
I think I'm
it's a
pretty sure
startup.
that fellow will be Silicon Valley return, like hire and fire guy.
He was doing it very randomly. My husband was like, "This is not how it works. Don't keep hopes on it." Like, I was like, no, no, no. I think he is genuine because he is consistently checked. I just checked out their website and all. It's just in
Okay.
building process. It's a startup company, definitely. If I give up something like this, is the place where I can learn more things if I get into a startup. If it is in a big companies, I'll not be able to learn much.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm in a learning stage where I can invest time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm just checking out if something comes up in between.
Okay. Yeah. Great. So good to see a lot of people. My friend Vidya is there. Vaishnavi, Vidya, please turn on your camera so that we can see. Hi, Channakeshwar.
Hey, hi Jagadeesh, how are you?
Hi, Vidya. I thought you will come yesterday to that event.
No.
నేను వస్తాం అనుకున్నావు విద్య అక్కడ.
Good evening, sir.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ చెన్నకేశ్వర్, ఎలా ఉన్నావు?
Yes, sir. Good, sir.
Are you coming,
It
Channakeshwar,
is good
tomorrow
to
to
see
Hyderabad?
you, sir.
Are you coming to Hyderabad tomorrow?
No, sir.
Okay.
Actually, my semi exam is from 21st onwards.
We are not able to hear you properly. Great. Hi, Sajjad from Bangladesh. Hi, Sajjad.
Hello.
You're traveling somewhere.
Yeah, I'm in my native village actually.
Okay.
Just landed in my place.
Okay. Okay. Great. So,
Hi Anna, how are you?
hi. Vaishnavi. Good. So, 1 year anniversary to you at IQVIA. Congratulations.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much.
So, how is consulting? How is clinical trials opportunities in career wise, Vaishnavi?
Actually, it is very booming, Anna.
Okay. Do you want to explain what you do to others so that people?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
Anna. So I'm in centralized monitoring team. So it's like we are remote CRA. CRA, hope everyone knows what is CRA, Clinical Research Associate. So shall I continue in English or Telugu?
English is better because we have people from many countries.
Okay. Anna. So the thing is, at sites, the clinical trials will be going on. So the CRA might miss few things. So we are like the backup for CRA, and we'll be acting as a remote CRA by helping them by sending few reports, by raising tasks and everything. Yeah. In simple, that's it.
Very good. So I think the people who wants non-scientific jobs or non-bench work, let's say, using computers, and this is one of the job, and there are a lot of jobs that are coming up.
Yeah, there are many things that are coming up in recent times, especially in clinical data management team and in centralized monitoring team, and as clinical research associate, as clinical research coordinator also. So it's based on your just a degree with life sciences and basic knowledge in about whatever subject you have read, and have basic knowledge about clinical research. It will get you in this job for entry level. For senior level, you have to gain a little more knowledge about clinical research and what is a site and everything.
Excellent. I mean, Vaishnavi's story is also quite interesting. Like, she was also struggling to get a job, and then I think Bangalore gave her all the opportunities, right, Vaishnavi?
Yes, Anna. Yes, correct. I had a very bad experience with one of the startup company in Hyderabad. Yeah.
Welcome.
Then thankfully IQVIA gave me the opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, now everything is fine.
Very
It's
good.
been 1 year. Yeah.
Good. So, Kasturi, I think you can also look into clinical trial companies like IQVIzer in Munich, PR.
Yes,
I
sir.
think we have, yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm applying for such positions also, but I don't know why I'm getting just the rejection emails in my email just jumped up. I'm just open to work in any company. Right now, I'm in a state of mind that no matter what the work is, I'm ready to do something. I'm open to work from Germany to Indian companies also. I'm applying like that, like so that I gain some experience rather than just being at home. I just want to use my knowledge, whichever I have been gaining up now. It's really the peak time I feel.
Okay.
Let it be documentation or anything.
I think Vaishnavi is the person to contact.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm happy to help everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Vaishnavi, I think Shrutakirti is asking you to help her out.
Yes, I can. I have just read the chat. So, okay, I'll give her. Okay, I'll text her, Anna. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Shrutakirti is my classmate.
Oh, okay.
Great. So anybody else, like please turn on your cameras and microphones, people, whoever has joined, because this is an interactive session that we have planned. Because every week what's happening is that by the time when we start asking doubts, most of the time will be over. So because we are inviting experts and they're sharing their own knowledge, their journey, but unfortunately they are unable to cater your needs. Because as I always say, like FABA Fridays is a community building approach, and we are here to help each other. Like how Vaishnavi opened up and said like how opportunities are there in clinical trials. I want everybody to be interactive like this and say what you are looking for, or what kind of help you need, or are you stuck somewhere? Like how would you, do you need any help? Murli sir is also there. He can help. So, yeah.
Murli sir is looking for help himself.
Yes, sir. I mean that is also one.
No, I was just listening to Kasturi. I mean, keep faith in yourself. You have to keep banging. At least you're getting rejection letters. I have changed the face of life science, biochemistry, and I have a PhD from IIT Madras. I have so much experience, publications, but I too don't get. So don't lose heart. The point is to keep firing with good aim, good focus, and it will work out. Don't lose faith.
When will that time come, sir? Like, it's been
The world is
almost...
not, see, Kasturi, the world is not for you. You have to find your place in the world. Don't worry. Keep at it, apply till you get a reply. That's it.
Now I'm thinking to join in a distance learning program, sir, because it's like saturated, like my energy is gone now because the demotivation
What's your
levels
qualification?
where I'm
May I
facing now.
ask?
Yes, sir.
May I ask you, what's your qualification?
I have done my master's in biotechnology with a special focus on environmental and food sciences.
Okay.
Apart from that, my major specialization is regulatory affairs.
All right. Okay.
Kasturi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you'll, if you have you told you have your specialization in regulatory affairs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you will have many opportunities in IQVIA itself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I request you to please go to IQVIA website. There are many opportunities coming up.
Can I talk 1 minute?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, there are many positions available on the websites, but unfortunately, after dropping an application, within 2 or 3 days, I just get back an email stating that we will get back to you, and then there is a rejection email. Directly,
Okay, I suggest you to please apply by any reference.
Okay, ma'am. Can you just refer me in that case?
Sure. I have texted my LinkedIn account in chat. So people who wants to join IQVIA can text me through LinkedIn.
That in the chat box right now, ma'am. Please, can you resend it?
Her LinkedIn is Vaishnavi, the superhero of CRA.
I don't know. My LinkedIn is Vaishnavi Irivinti.
I'm just checking.
Yeah, you can find me. I'm a mutual follower of Jagadeesh Anna, so you can find me there. If I've sent again, it's Vaishnavi Irivinti.
Yes, ma'am. I found you. If
Yeah.
I'm not,
Then, yeah.
Yeah.
this is actually, I think the very right way to join this session, this kind of start this session. So applying for jobs, I mean, Kasturi, can I ask you like more
Yes,
in,
sir.
why are you desperate for job?
Sir, since long time I've been into this research, like working in the laboratory. Now, after my master's, I've done nothing for the past 2 years. Just eat, sleep, repeat. That was the only job for me for 1 year during the COVID times. And after that, I started looking for job. My parents wanted to get me married. So I was like listening to everyone all the time. Like do 10, do MPC only. I wanted to do BioAsia. Every time I've been listening to everyone. Now I'm like, I don't want to listen to anyone. I want to do what I really want to do. Now I want to work. I was doing part-time tuitions and all, teaching students from class 7 itself. I wanted to get into teaching profession, at least like after BioAsia, getting into MBBS. I wanted to go in that way. My parents changed it. Every time I've been listening to everyone. Now I want to do something what I really want to do. So I want to work for a healthcare.
I just want to interrupt here. Today,
Yes.
just today, I posted a article, a post on LinkedIn, asking people not to go too high education, PhD and all, and discussed exactly the issues that you have said. And I think you're on the right one. Go for a job, put your hat in the ring, have faith in yourself. It will work out. It will work out. Don't get disillusioned so easily. It will work out.
Because I always wanted to get into healthcare, sir. Like no matter what I study, I will get into healthcare. That was my clear intention since beginning. Now I'm
Keep at
completely changing my field. I feel at times getting into regulatories and clinical research, but completely dry lab. But I am quite open with it. I'm trying to learn things. No matter how challenging it is, I will face it up. That confidence I have right now with me.
So you go for a job. That's the way to go. And don't lose heart. Keep it. Keep it. You know, like this, what Jagadeesh said, meet the right people like Ms. Vaishnavi. You know, things work out. You don't know, world
Yes, sir.
Sometimes works in peculiar ways.
Yeah,
It works out.
I have that. I have faced it because during my master's also, like I was like running to n number of banks for a loan, and fortunately or unfortunately, it was done just in 3 hours, like which I was running for 3 long months after meeting a person. Just in 3 hours, everything went well. So I just have that hope little somewhere in the corner of my head, but then I don't know when it will come true.
Yeah, I think right time comes. You keep pursuing it. Recently, one of my friend was telling me that he left to US for a postdoc, and then afterwards his wife had some depression issues and everything. Then they both they stayed for a couple of months there, and they just didn't know what to do, and came to India and clueless what to do here. And exactly with that mindset, they were coming like, whatever I get, I will do it. And then in the flight where my friend's wife was sitting, they like the neighbor was, they both were started talking. I think they had a small child, and my friend's wife was helping her out. And then they slowly started to share their stories. Then she told that my husband was working there, and because of my mental health issues, we plan to change back to India. My husband is a passionate scientist, like that. She said, you know what, that lady was the wife of a CEO, Alembic Pharma, and and she asked to share the CV. Now he works in Alembic Pharma. He's a scientist there. And
Wonderful story.
It's a wonderful story.
Wonderful story. Yeah.
I think it just happened. So you have to be vocal. You have to keep yourself available. And I think, Kasturi, you should not stay at home in Germany, not even a single day. Go and meet people and start making sessions. Or I wanted to ask you one more thing. Like if you want to do it for free, and what will be that? Like, if you can make career out of it. Or if you want to start a company, what would it be?
To start a company, sir, I'm not in that place where I can start my own company. I don't have that much knowledge. I'm just a starter, sir. Maybe some ideas or inputs would be better for me to just give a proper answer.
Why I'm trying to ask this question is like, I found all my jobs because of that attitude only. I think I shared many times when I finished my PhD, I didn't go for a job. Job came for me at the European Union. So people asked me, a brown guy like me, an Indian guy working for European Union was not that easy at that time. But the job came to me because I was working with them for past 2 years, like from 2016. I was there in all their meetings. I was just giving to them whatever they asked. Like sometimes I used to pay my own tickets if the meetings were in Paris, Budapest, and everything, because I was just passionate about their network. And after my PhD, I still had a postdoc contract for a year in my lab. And I was actually thinking to take a break for 1 year and venture out my startups. But before PhD, I got a call from them that, when is your defense? I told so and so date, and next day I got a call from the manager. Look, we are thinking to open up this position. Would you like to come and work for us? And I was like, out of the mood, like I really wanted to work for them. And then afterwards, my career got built. Like even a couple of consulting roles that I did. Even at FABA, like it's not the job that was created. It's like I'm working with FABA from 2020. So it's like we made these jobs, like with entrepreneurship and everything. So that's why I'm asking, like, if there is something that you want to do for free, but that eventually will give you a job, what would that be? I think if you figure out that, getting job in Germany or anywhere else, it's not so difficult, because having the right talent is what everybody are looking for. And if you have the talent, attitude, and everything, jobs will come, especially in a place like Germany. You are competing with people who have excellent German language. You are competing with the people, exceptionally talented people, because Germany, there are a lot of experts. Like, I mean, every third person that you talk to will be a PhD. So many PhDs, so many intellectuals, and you are going from a place where, you don't have a PhD, you don't have German language. And so I don't want to again comment on the gender, but that is also seen, right? Especially in startups. So that's where you need to somehow show your worth in a different direction. So this is actually easy way to get a job. When you than applying for open positions, because when you apply for open positions, there are hundreds and thousands of people applying, and it's so easy to filter you out. So you need to apply for something where there is no filter.
Yesterday, I saw a very simple job posting. So they just asked for a bachelor's degree in science and very basic requirements. Even for that job, they just rejected me. That is very surprising. Like, the company is a very small size company.
That's more easy to reject, because for bachelor's, there will be thousands of people.
I don't know. Like, even for the basic companies also, I'm just getting rejections. For top companies
in Germany,
also,
it doesn't work like that, Kasturi. I mean, my wife also tried for 2 years when she wanted, in 2014, when she didn't want to do PhD. But after 2 years applying for 4,000 applications or something, then she did a PhD, because it's not so easy. You need to identify, you need to understand where you stand. So it's easy to get disheartened. It's easy to see that people are racist or anything, but the reality is different. You're competing with so many people that you need to understand. And the filters are so easy to put.
How long have you been applying?
Like, it's more than 8 months, sir.
It's okay. I mean, like what Jagadeesh said, your passion lies in health science. That's what he was trying to ask you. Where does your passion lie? So keep an eye out and keep firing. That's the only thing.
It will definitely
contact, push-pull.
Like Vaishnavi said, like, I have been trying for such companies as well. They say that you at least require 1 to 2 years of experience, like most of the times. And sometimes, even though if it is like voluntary open positions for freshers, they are not taking, like Sanofi. We have Sionis, we have Medtronic, and number of companies which are already there in India as well. But I don't know. Nothing is right now working. Like, I also wanted to check out, sir, with you, like, if I can get any kind of referral from your end for Iki Minds or something, wherein it's a start, where for some startups, wherein if I can get some help from your end.
Sonal is just my issues there. In the next room that I'm sitting. I don't know the company, Kasturi. I mean, I can write a message to Sonali, but I do not know what exactly they do.
Because I just checked out their website, and I thought reaching from your perspective, like from your referral, would help me to at least stand in a place of that room.
You can also ask Redana sir. If Redana sir, I can also tell Redana sir to refer you because she's our own student, Sonali, from HCU
Okay, sir.
PhD. And
It
because
would be of great help, sir. Please help me out with that.
Okay, definitely. We'll do that.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Guys, open your cameras and microphones and keep speaking.
I'm unable. I'm not in a situation to open my camera.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and I just wanted to ask you one more thing. So, if you know anyone who is recruiting for PhD in abroad, so you already know that I'm very what to say. I'm not getting words. Also, I'm literally passionate about doing my PhD in abroad. So, if you know anyone who is recruiting for PhDs, please let me know.
this question is,
Exactly which
you know,
field you're looking into?
You go to Tirupati and ask, like, have you seen my gundu? Have you seen my friend who is a gundu?
So I've been searching, but the thing is, they asked me for work experience. I've joined job, but somewhere in my heart, still I feel like I want to pursue my PhD.
Then in that case, apply for some fellowships. You know, DA.
Yeah, it's been 1 year, so I have to know. This weekend, I thought of editing my resume again.
Yeah, maybe Vidya can also help there. Vidya, do you want to tell a few words there? Actually, Vidya is the one who gave me. Vidya is the one who gave me CV how to apply for job. PhD.
Come on! It's long ago. Now I'm out of track.
No, she's asking like you know, DAAD or Marie Curie fellowships, these kind of things, you know.
I don't know yet, but there are so many fellowships now for women. I think like who have a long gap and who is coming back. I just like last year also I came to a fellowship. I don't remember. I think it's from DST.
Okay.
They said like women who has this gap and who wants to join again or who wants to go, pursue their PhDs in India. I don't know about abroad now.
Okay.
In India, they're offering so many positions, but I don't think PhD can make any difference. I'm so sorry to say this openly. Why? Because even PhD candidates are even waiting for a job here, not just in India, even in abroad. And as I know, why? Because you are in the stream right now. I don't know about everybody.
Yeah.
But it's better going to a job. Kiran, right? Jagadeesh.
Yeah.
Kiran is my friend. He has done his postdoc in US. He's in which place? Rochester.
Okay.
Okay. Now he wants to come back and find a job in India. And not in this field. Like he wants to go to the company. I have so many friends like that right now. I don't know, because of the salary or because of the pressure or whatever might be, but they don't see any future in. After PhD, what after PhD? After postdoc, what after postdoc?
Yeah.
Anyways, one or the other day you have to come and settle in some or the other company. They feel like that. I don't know about others, but better it's getting into some company, and with this experience, happily you can in any company, happily we can achieve our goals. PhD will help for sure. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your input.
Hi, Ajit. Good evening. Dr. Ajit. Hi, Ajit, sir. Good evening.
Hello, sir.
Hi. Jagadeesh. Hi, Divya. Hi.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Very
Great.
interesting conversations, challenges of finding a suitable job, aspirations to do PhD, and some challenges there also. But I think we have to go with what you think is best. Nothing comes on a platter. You got to work a lot, but as long as you stick to what you want and you do the background work, I think that's the most important. I saw Vaishnavi saying that she is looking for PhD broad, but that is very, very broad. I think the best would be to reach out to some people. I think we have discussed in the past. Reach out to some people, follow their work, write to them saying that I've been following your work. This is what interests me, and this is what can be done. They are looking for ideas. They're not just looking for, somebody to come and say, okay, I'll do this, I'll do that. But they would like you to be intellectually contributing to their projects, their thought process. Then they will value. There again, it's not that you apply to 5 people and 1 or 2 of them respond. That doesn't happen that way. Perhaps, you'll have to send 50, 60 applications, and a couple of them will say, okay, I'm interested, but I don't have money. Let's revisit after a few months. But if you are interested in some specific lab, I think it's a question of continuously engaging them and saying, okay, I'm interested. Normally, question of waiting for 6 months, 1 year before anything works out.
Thank you. Vaishnavi, I think one more very important point also I want to make is because now you are working clinical trials, right? So
Yes.
where there is a lot of documentation you are doing, not wet lab.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you have background already in wet lab, how much background you have. So because now, since you are doing a lot of documentation and dry lab, I would say your areas will change automatically. You may be doing less of standard wet biology, but you will be doing something like public health or global health or sociology, anthropology, such kind of works. So based on your experience, many things will change. Field will change. So the whole departments will change. So that I think you need to really keep in mind, because otherwise these things will obstruct when you apply, because you are not carrying relevant experience.
Yes, and I have. I mean, I made a note of it. So, but I didn't get any chance in a wet lab in India. So this was the only option I had last year. So now I'm thinking of going into clinical trials only as for my PhD, as a bioinformatician or any other thing.
Okay.
They are not in wet lab. So I'm looking opportunities for that. So recently I've seen one opportunity in this university. Just a second. It's International Max Planck Research School. So thinking to I'm thinking to apply for it.
Very good.
So let's hope for the best.
MPS is also very competitive. So keep that in mind. So application has to be really good.
It is very competitive, Vaishnavi. What I would suggest is check out the website, try to reach out the professors directly, drop them an emails along with your credentials, explaining your motivation, rather than waiting for official opening on the website.
The official opening is they have already it is open. So I have so till today I was so busy in the work, so I have to look now during the weekend.
There are many positions for PhD right now here in Germany with respect to this precise medicine, clinical trials, public health, which I come across. I will definitely share it with you, but try to reach out, check out which area you really want to work with, and then reach out to the professors in the universities. That would be of really good, rather than waiting for positions. Because one of my friend, she was just looking, she was just applying. She was waiting for a long time, but she couldn't find the exact position which she wanted to get in. But later she started writing emails, and somehow she got a position. And then initially they said that they don't have funding, but later they said that she can join, and they created a position for her.
Oh, that's nice.
The research idea which she proposed based on further conversations which they had. Sometimes that also works. So you must be open for that as well, I think.
Thank you. Thank you, Kasturi. Thank you so much.
I think from Tora, is it that difficult to get jobs in pharma industry in India? So Tora, what makes you think like that?
Good evening, sir. This is Jyoti.
Hi, Jyoti. Good evening.
Sir, recently I have completed my MSc, waiting for results. So what next I have to do? It's a big question mark for me. I should continue with studies or I should do with job. I'm not getting anything. Can you please help me with this?
Okay, so Jyoti, where are you
I have,
from? University you have
I'm
studied?
from Usmania University, but college is SN Vanita Mahavidya, Sarojini Naidu Vanita Mahavidyalaya College, sir.
Okay, in Hyderabad.
Hyderabad only, sir.
Okay, okay. And
MSc Organic Chemistry, sir, I am.
oh, MSc Organic Chemistry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you want a job.
Means what next I should do? It's a big question mark for me, sir. I should continue with studies or I should get into this job, or if what next? It's
Yeah, I think it's a very, very, one of the best questions. So maybe I think Dr. Ajit can answer it beautifully because he has been in pharma for several years. He also has a PhD, postdoc, and everything. So he combined academia plus industry. So Ajit, you want to answer that?
Yeah. Say, Jyoti, most of this would be.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening, Jyoti. Most of this would go by personal preferences, and I'm glad that you are thinking about it. Okay, because you are organic chemist, there's a lot of demand in the industry, even at the master's level. Currently there are many companies looking for masters in organic chemistry, and then they'll recruit you, they'll train you, and then you can get the things done. But that that is one sorry, that would be one way of looking at it. But if you have any inclination of doing PhD, this would be the right time. Okay. So if you ask me, whether there is scope for PhD, I think there's a lot. If we are interested in learning a lot, and then of course getting a PhD, then it is ideal. Okay, but if you think that getting into a PhD is another 4 years, 5 years, a lot of hard work, no pay, and all these things, then you might look into a regular job. But regular job often works well for people who want very, very structured work. And then, of course, there is opportunity in the company to give you, if you can join for PhD while working. Many companies offer that. Bigger companies offer that, I know. Okay. Then that would be another way of you pursuing. Okay. So, but you somehow have to clearly know whether your interest is studying more or trying to take up a regular job and continue that way. Okay. So if you can figure out that part, things become a little bit easy. Okay. Because I know
I have 50% on both of them, sir.
Yeah. See, yeah. Right. I'm glad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
What next? All are asking that only. But I have said, I will say. That's only.
Yeah, right. See, the challenge here is, let me be realistic, okay? You have to make up your mind. You have to put, more thought to it and say, okay, look at the challenges in a regular job, okay? Look at the challenges of a PhD, and then say what is best. So if you say that I would like to get into a PhD program, I'm fine, to spend 4 years, 5 years of hard work, no pay, and then think about, what happens next. And these are all the things that all of us have gone through. Okay? Then you'll have to think, okay, what do I do after that? Would there be any position for me here, or should I go for a postdoc another 2 years, 3 years? Would that be in India, whether outside? What happens to my personal life? I want to settle down. See, that you'll have to think about it. Okay, that is one option. The second option is, taking up a job after masters. You join an industry. You will get reasonably good salary. And then if you are saying that, okay, I'm satisfied with it, then I think it becomes easy. Okay. Whereas what happens is, some industries, work becomes sometimes routine, and depends on which industry it is. Okay, again, there's a lot of variation, so please keep that in mind. Some industries, every day you come and do your work 9 to 5 or 9 to 6. It is the same every day. That gets boring to a lot of people, and they say, "Oh, this is not what I was expecting, and I would rather gone for a PhD." Whereas others say that it gives me very structured lifestyle. Okay, I want to come, I want to do my best in 8 hours or 9 hours. I'm happy with it, but then beyond that, I have life. Okay, so you have to look into both these aspects and see what are the advantages. Okay, most of the time, I mean, from people I know who are joined for PhD, they never regretted it. They all, they were all unhappy. Okay, we are not getting enough postdoctoral position, not getting good jobs and all, but none of us said that, oh, why did I join? I didn't learn anything. Okay, because it is challenging and people have an inclination to learn, pick up new technologies, learn a lot more. And that's why you got into PhD. And getting more salary, getting a better title is all, offshoot of it. Okay.
Yes.
So you may want to think about a little bit more, Jyoti, because getting into a PhD program, you are, I should say you are stuck for 4 years, 5 years. Okay. And if you are interested, then only you get into that, right? If you are not interested in that, if there is nothing specific that excites you, then I think you should just take up a job. And within those companies, okay, there are a lot of things. Again, I can give you a little bit more detail here. If you have a master's degree, and let's say you get into, in your case, let's say, organic chemistry, I'll just give an example. Okay, I hope it's okay for others. Jagadeesh?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So they may say, okay, your job is to synthesize compounds every day. Okay, high quality products produced for drug industry, and that you produce it, and then everything is sold, goes to the patients. Okay, so that would be one option where it becomes very, very routine, very, very thorough. Every time it has to be the same quality, same accuracy, and everything else, and then it goes to the patient, right? Think about the other way. R&D company working on it, they're saying, we want to make some new compounds. Can you think about a new way of designing this compound? These are all done by masters, okay? There will be a PhD supervisor. You learn from the PhD supervisor and then do some of these, molecules, and then identify those molecules, learn some, analytical technique, mass spec, HPLC, and other technologies. So that's also challenging. Okay, so it all depends on, how far you want to take your career forward, and where you will not get frustrated. I think that's important.
Okay.
I don't think I answered your question directly, but I'm giving you some ways of
Just I have
analyzing.
asked.
Yeah.
I want to just clarify my doubt also, sir. That's why I have asked you all these.
Yeah, Jyoti,
Let me say something here. I wanted to say something here. Just see this PhD research job. One thing you have to have very clear, Jyoti, 99% of the people do not have a career. 99% of the people have a job. And you want to ask yourself, whether do I want to have a career or a job? Because people who are into careers have very lopsided family life and all that. Now, one simple thing, you have come this far, masters, mother and father gave you your food and family, everything protected you, you are happy. So you are approximately 22 years old and you are asking people what to do. So clearly you have not formed a very clear-cut idea what you want to do. In that case, I would say, take a job and do something like that, rather than going for very clear-cut, very highly career-oriented, thing. Because career-oriented people, they are crazily focused on what they want to do, and you want to ask yourself, do you want to get there? Career is for a very few amount of people. That balance of life you will not find in career. Very difficult. So just today I was saying that I wrote this write-up in LinkedIn. I am highly discouraging people from getting PhDs. I have so many students who get very pathetic salaries. It doesn't, very competitive world. So if you are more realistic, want a job, want to balance your life, it's a good idea to, like what Dr. Kamath said, take an industry job, do some morning to evening kind of work, take care of family. It helps. Whatever you study, you can make justification out of that and learn something along way. To understand job, career. This is something that you want to ask.
Thank you, sir.
That is the similar kind of doubts I had when I finished my PhD. So who helped me is like myself. Like I took a pen and paper, and I used to write what I want. Like, there were a lot of choice. Like, should I go for a job, to start my own startup, or should I go for a postdoc, or to take a break? Because in Germany, we had this luxury of unemployment break for 1 year, where you can explore. So I was stupid enough thinking to take a break. So I was meticulously writing, like, what is pro in taking a job, what is good in what is bad. So I think analyzing those things was helping me quite a lot. So I used to make way like that only. Like, now I think that Dr. Ajit Kamath has given you everything in such a small talk. Like
Small.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
that you list it out. Because you need to also think of what next comes. Like, if you get married, if you have family and everything. So based on that.
No, sir. Still I am single and my family is protecting me and they want to still protect me.
Okay.
If you want, you can do PhD, or if you want, you can do job, or else sit at home. Anything else you can do. They have given freedom to me, sir.
You can also write CSIR and see, like, if you get CSIR net, then that thing will open up automatically.
Yes, sir, my faculty has also said that do that. It will be helpful to you.
Yes.
If you want, you can go for job also. They have said, they have given that.
Yeah. No, in India, if you want to do PhD, you should have some fellowship. If you want to go abroad, you should have passion. So,
Yes,
what
my brother is waiting to take me to abroad, sir.
No, but
yesterday they have went to abroad.
Okay.
Come there and you can also do your PhD there. They are saying like that. I said,
yeah, Jyoti, who said that? Who said that?
My brother said, my cousin brother
Yeah.
said there. They have also done with PhD in organic chemistry and they have settled down in US.
Right. Yeah. Say, Jagadeesh, is it okay if I add something?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So Jyoti and other colleagues who are here online. Another way of looking at it is reaching out to your friends. Okay, your colleagues, your seniors, in particular your seniors, where they have gone. Okay, if they are in the industry, Jyoti, if you have to decide, then you reach out to 5, people who got into industry. Okay, get their thoughts and ask them how they're thinking, what their industry, what they're working, how they like it, how they don't like it, what aspect they like, what aspect they do not like. Okay, and call up 5 of your friends who joined the master's, PhD program. Okay, and see what they liked, what they didn't like, and then reach out to them, and then see if you are perhaps if you are interested in PhD, reach out to them and say, I think I'm just like you, I'm as interested as you. Okay, can you help me? Okay, networking, I think this is again FABA's important role. Networking is very, very important. You get to know where exactly you go. Okay, let's say you call up somebody, Jyoti, who is into PhD, first year PhD, second year PhD in one of the universities. Okay, and then you reach out to that person and say, I'm interested in, this particular professor. What do you think about that professor? He may, whoever you talk to, that person may say, yeah, he is very good, or he's not good, or work is good, work is not good. Okay, I can put in a word because institutes, colleagues, going and talking to faculties will certainly help, because there is already a person there from that particular university in that place. Okay, all this helps. So I think you have to do a little bit more, self introspection and see what is the best way of doing it. But reaching out to your friends, connecting through the network is the best way to know what are the opportunities in master's level and what are the opportunities in PhD level. And you say, yeah, this fits in very well for me. Thank you for sharing all this information. I'm applying. Okay.
Thanks.
Just think about it, and then though it might sound, what Jagadeesh said might sound a little bit, not common, making notes and saying that, this is what I want to do. Okay, make the notes, go after, revisit it after a couple of days and see, yeah, everything is fine. It gives you some, some clarity yourself, saying that, yeah, this is why I decided to do this particular path, whether it's a PhD or a job. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tomorrow there is in High-Tech's exhibition grounds, there is a interview, I think, no, sir. Of you
Yeah,
from FABA.
Yes.
Can I attend it?
Yeah,
Can I
definitely.
attend it, ma'am?
Yeah. You will share. You'll get all the venue details and everything in your email. I'll just send you the registration link that you can register them.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, for giving.
Sure. Yeah, we all went through this. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, but
Eventually,
eventually,
I'm thinking that tomorrow it's there. No, okay, I want to attend it, and once I want to see it out how it will be there, because it's my first one. How I'm going to get in. I did not attend anything
right?
up to now interviews.
Yeah, the career event come early because there are only 60 chairs. I'm a bit scared, and suddenly I got a message that there are 80 students coming from Telangana State College. I have no clue how to fit everybody. Yeah.
Just I want to see how it will. If I get or not get it, it will be okay. But just I want to know how it will be there, how I can face it or not. Just I want to attend it tomorrow.
Tomorrow there is no interview, Jyoti. So tomorrow is a
yes, not interview, but there will be like this only. There will be there, no, sir.
It's not online. It's
Like,
offline. It's offline.
Offline.
From
Yes.
It's in the High-Tech Exhibition Center in High-Tech City.
Yes, sir.
Definitely you will learn a lot. Trust me, you will network more. You'll get to know many things. Like once you go there, definitely you will come back with a lots of confidence.
Thank you.
Now you're struggling, but once you are back, next session, you'll be like, I know this. Yeah, I can do this. I am having a little bit idea about better than yesterday.
Okay.
I agree with Kasturi.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Sure. Yeah, if Jagadeesh, just one more comment I wanted to make. Jyoti brought up saying that everybody is saying, do whatever you want. I think that is the advantage many people have, saying that their parents, friends, and everybody is saying, yeah, go ahead and do whatever you want. Okay. In one way, it is good because you get to work on what you want. Okay, you'll not, you are not held back by family reasons or any other reason. You can just explore what you want. So that you have to take it in a positive way. Jyoti, I'm talking in this particular case and say, okay, let me try what I want to do. Okay, because you don't want to be in a situation. I mean, there are a lot of people I know, who cannot pursue what they want because of family reasons or in financial reasons. They say, okay, I wish I could have gone for a PhD, but my family financial hardship. I interview many candidates of that type. Okay, and they say, okay, I'm taking up this job not for to support my family, and so they have some restrictions. Okay, and within that they try to see how best they can get into some very interesting projects. Whereas in your case, it's up to you, because once you join PhD, you can't say, oh, you asked me to join a PhD. I joined it. Okay. So this is where I think you have to have a clear understanding that whatever you're doing for your career, like Murli said, is for your own sake. Okay. And that has to give you, all the, satisfaction that you are doing it and you're learning it and you're enjoying it. Okay. It can't be that, oh, my father said I have to go and join this company, take up a job. I wish I could have gone for PhD. Okay. And there are a lot of people who have that, but in your case, and there may be others here also on this call, where their parents or anybody responsible, they may say, yeah, go ahead and do yourself. So that actually gives you the freedom to decide what you want. And it's always good. So take advantage of that.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you. Yeah,
sir.
I'll stop it here, Jagadeesh.
I'm sure.
Thank you, sir.
Navya raised hand, Navya.
Yes, hi everyone. I'm Navya and I'm from Hyderabad. I've completed my master's in biotechnology from VIT last year, and I've worked for 6 months in CDFD as a project associate. So I'm a cell and molecular biologist overall. That's my area of experience. Right now, I'm taking a break to figure out what exactly I want in the long term. What I've understood over this period of time is that before I get into a PhD, I think I would rather have industrial experience than get into PhD, because my aim is not to get into academia. I'm pretty clear about that. So for the long run, I'm right now taking a break and trying to evaluate what is the best way to get into the industry. One issue I have noticed is there are a lot of openings, but no one gets back to you. Because there are a lot of people applying. So what is the best way to, make them notice you, or how to get in touch with people who hire actively?
Is Gayatri here? Gayatri Ramchandran? Gayatri, not Gayatri IKP, Gayatri Ramchandran. But you can also speak Gayatri, because you made a way, right? You can also guide Navya.
She's actually my senior. We know each other.
Then
Yeah, I just asked her to join this call to put her question directly to hear from all of you.
And there's another second thing also that I'm facing right now. I wasn't actively looking for any job. Someone who interviewed me about a year ago got back to me now, and they have a position open. It's a company that's well established. It's an AI tech company, which they are now foraging into biology and research and all of that. So this positions, right now what they are offering me is like a DNA isolation specialist kind of role. So they are getting samples from a specific population. They want me to just isolate the samples for months together. And they're planning to get an NGS, but that will take at least 6 to 8 months. So until then, this is just going to be my job, is what I was put forward. The pay is attractive, is like the job description is not very attractive, because I want to do something which is having a lot of other facets to it and not just doing DNA isolation day in, day out. But the pay is about 6.5 LPA, and no one offers that as a biotech fresher or a 1-year experience. It's very rare to get such a position. The few things that I'm also hesitant about the job is they're not talking about very long term or specific things. They're just being very vague. So I'm in that dilemma too. Do I go ahead with it or no? And I want to try new things too, not just stick to something that I already know how to do. I want to build my CV.
Tomorrow, if you're in Hyderabad, come tomorrow to the event.
Yeah, I am planning to come tomorrow. Yes.
HRs are coming there from various companies. I think, and Gayatri Ramchandran will be the moderator. So she will be asking exactly the same questions what you are asking.
Okay.
How to look for a good company, or if the company is hiring a candidate, what are they looking for, and how can they see future? So all these things. So there will be 3 HRs. I mean, you can raise your points, and that's what I can say. Maybe Ajit, do you want to add any more?
Yeah. No, I can add. Navya, thanks for telling us about this position and the challenges. Again,
yes, sir,
it's a routine challenge that everybody goes through. Good job, but it's routine. Remember, I gave one of the examples. Perhaps you were not there before. Okay, things become very routine, and what you need to look here in such situations is, having a conversation with them. They will also know. I mean, if they are giving you, see, this is new technology, right? So, they would like to have somebody with your background because you're from CDFD, you know how to do the DNA isolation, they can count on you. I guess if it's an AI company, you may be the only person with a lot of biology background where others are all working on the computer, okay? And if it is for DNA sequencing, then they might not even, know much about it. They may say, okay, I'm looking for the data, you generate, help us to generate the data, okay? So the question that you need to bring up is, because this is becoming quite standard protocol, okay, what is there in for me? Okay, you see, they're not doing it just for the sake of making DNA and then running it on the machine. What is the ultimate goal of this particular project, and how I can get?
I had asked that question, sir. That answer was vague. That is why that is why I'm thinking about the job so much, is because even after asking the question, the answer was vague. They're saying we have a lot of things planned and just repeating that. There are scientists who are running the project. It is not like it is just a AI company that's running the project. They have already hired biologists. They've taken up a space in the Atul Incubation Center and everything. That's all going on. But the final goal of the project is not clear to me, which is making me a little skeptical overall.
Right. So there is no harm in you reaching out to them saying that I'm interested, okay, in having one more discussion with you, trying to understand much more, because I'll be able to contribute. Okay, because of your prior experience, I'm sure you'll add a lot of value to them. That's why they reached out to you. Okay, and if you say that in addition to this, what else I can learn? Okay, keep learning as a major part. That's important. Okay, it's not just doing the work, but also equally learning. So from that point of view, you say, I can make DNA for you every day, but what is I would like to learn as much about the company and how I can add value to the company. Okay, now maybe they will open up, because things change. Some things they keep it confidential, they will not tell you. Okay, others they unless you insist on it, they may not share. Okay, but it's important to be open right at the beginning. You cannot say that, okay, I will join, and then go back to them and say, I don't like this job, because it's become routine. So it's always nice to be upfront and say, yeah, I can do this work, but tell me how much more I can learn in this. What other aspects I can learn? You said there are other scientists, so perhaps you should talk to them and say, okay, is there any way? I mean, I'll give you some examples. Is there any way, are you doing some animal experiments? I want to help out with that, or I want to learn about that. Are you doing any pharmacology work?
I reached out to the scientist, as you said. Actually, I had 2 to 3 conversations with the scientist itself, not the HR only. The thing is, they don't have the infrastructure to do anything else, is what I've understood. They are only focusing on this because it is a startup, and they're just starting the project. So it's not established. Right now, their only focus is to do isolations, and they're saying we'll see how it goes. So I asked all the questions you actually asked me to, because I was also thinking over it for the past couple of days. Hence why I'm saying it is still vague. After asking multiple times if this is what I'm feeling, I'm just thinking about it.
Right. Yeah. So in that case, you will have to put it as a backup. Okay, because if you are sincerely asking them for various information, they may be hesitating for multiple reasons. One, they may not know clearly how they want to do it. There may be funding issues, or they're stuck in some places that they will not share. I mean, nobody shares that information, right? So as much as you have been forthcoming in what you want, they should be forthcoming too, saying that, come and join us. This is what we want you to do. We have money for 6 months. We have money for 1 year. Okay, in 6 months you will prepare DNA every day, but after 6 months you will prepare DNA 50% of the time. Rest of the time you are working on pharmacology. Okay, that clarity has to be given to any candidate, so that there is no confusion once they take up the job.
Right.
Maybe can I also add something there, Navya?
Yeah, sure, sir.
So sometimes some startups, they don't know what they want. It's a people who join, they reshape the company.
Right.
especially in genomics area. There's so much happening, and it's also easy to get funding. So once you jump in, so based on the results they get or the opportunities that they have, they slowly make a way. So for you, in case if you join, there are multiple things that I'm thinking, that there'll be a lot of learning opportunity for you, like how a startup thinks, and also what understanding your own skill set, understanding your own strengths, your own proactive nature. Because as early employee in a startup, your energy will help them quite a lot. Your thoughts will help them quite a lot. So if that is the case, or otherwise, or you don't like any unstructured approach, then startup is not the way. If you like a structured approach, no, if you like structured approach, startup is not the way. If you want unstructured, if you want more things to be proactive, then things will pan out there. So that's one thing. Because I had a company called Dare to Start in 2020. I had also some employees who came to me, but I was not clear what I want in my own company. We did a lot of hackathons, we did investment rounds and everything, but nothing, we were not sure what we want. So I'm just thinking in the startup founder perspective.
Okay.
Hi Anna, happy anniversary Anna, Kiran.
Hi Kiran, what anniversary?
మీరే చెప్తా ఉన్నారు కదా. So actually group లో happy anniversary అంటా ఉన్నారు.
Not కాదు. Vaishnavi, she finished 1 year in IQVIA.
ఓకే యాక్చువల్లీ ఐక్యూఆర్లో నేను ఫుడ్ ఇన్స్పెక్టర్ గా వర్క్ చేస్తా ఉంటుంది.
Go ahead, speak in English, Kiran. We have
actually I had a work during around 2016 as a just employee safety food inspector type. I'm just monitoring for the their employees health and how they are having the food and food items. Just for almost 10,000 employees they used to provide food. So through AP Food Safety Private Limited, I used to work at Equina, where JP Morgan is there, everything at Marthahalli. So little bit is totally related to clinical research work, and I could, because of third party, they won't recruit for the biotech. Means I'm already a person who already working through vendors. So in that way, I could not able to join at Equina or Equia. That's what that is the where I had a touch with the Equina.
And that may be changed now, because Vaishnavi is our super junior. She cracked the deal.
Okay. It's long back. Almost after that, I worked in 6 years as a assistant professor in Bangalore City College as well as Southeast Asian College. Now for the BTech Biotech students, Saptagiri College. So recently placed, and what we were discussing regarding new startup companies. We know the structure where we want to keep inputs also. So where funding is going to be take a problem. So now we have formulated some of projects which is going to nanotechnology with phytochemicals, and which is extremely giving the good results.
I think two people can answer here, Gayatri and Dr. Ajit Kamath. Both of them can answer, because Gayatri is runs incubator called IKP here in Hyderabad, and they fund a lot of companies. I think today Vishu was telling that I think 160 big grants or something gone through IKP, right, Gayatri?
Which
3 lakhs grants.
Yeah. So we had almost I'm waiting for the company should get a incorporated, and because when I was during lockdown time, I have faced some of the things regarding job opportunities and all. Meanwhile, parallelly I'm doing my PhD. So I have created myself one startup, and I think I had invited for Jagadeesh for one interactive talk during second COVID time about future prospect for the student purpose. And that time itself I have started, and exactly few of products myself created, and had a collaboration with the 4 companies. Those things also a small startup agribusiness companies, and they are doing well, and registered market products also. Now when it will come for the royalty, this one also previous time I had discussed with Jagadeesh. So now I'm making setup for my own products, and should move forward. So to keep that one also where funding is going to be lack.
Okay. What kind of product are you working on?
It's like agriculture nano formulations, like micronutrients one part, and activated charcoal based biostimulants based on the seaweed extracts. That is
Okay.
second one, and the third one totally biocontrolling agents. So bagworms and all we can able to control. So related those things. And another part which we are working on poultry feeding for totally probiotic bacteria. So we have some strains and formulated, and it's like even not novelty. Also, we can able to make a product, and we can able to provide for the poultry.
Okay.
So monthly.
So we get many such innovators who come with such solutions in agri-tech and industrial biotech as well. So IKP is one of the incubators, and there is this Biotech Ignition Grant, if you might have heard of it, BIG.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a 50 lakhs grant, and any innovators, any graduates are open to apply to it. So I'll be happy to connect you guys. I mean, you can connect with me, and I'll be happy to share about the program further. And Ajit sir would love to hear more from Ajit sir about it.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of opportunities. I think Kiran, in this case, I think you have talked about 3 or 4 different products. So as long as the program is very well defined and you have some initial data that you generated, we call it as preliminary data, or a very good idea that that attracts attention of the reviewers, then I think you stand a good chance. And like Gayatri said, you can apply for BIG, and there are a few other grants also, because you are teaching in a college. Okay, there are other opportunities within BIRAC. Just look at the BIRAC website. That we can help you with that. Okay, as a faculty, you will be able to initiate some things and then solidify your ideas, and then go to BIG. Okay, you can try BIG the first time, but there are a lot of other things also you can try simultaneously. In that way, you'll be able to apply and go through the review process. Okay. One thing that helps, this is again for everybody who is interested in startup companies, going through this application is a little bit a tedious process, but it helps you to define and refine your thought process. Okay, because everything is related to product. Everything has to have a commercial value. Okay, otherwise it is non-sustainable. So when you are going through the proposal and answering all those questions that the proposal requires, it helps you to refine your thought process and say, okay, this is how I want to execute. Okay, so it's a very good exercise to go through and then apply and wait for the reviewers' comments.
Thank you so much, sir. Actually, we had whatever we have like formulated compounds already in field. So it's like working, and those people are like a third party. I'm just formulator. I used to work. Now I am taking up and making a separate from those people. And now I have designed my own products, which is going to related for the seaweed based like fertilizers, as well humic acid. So what I'm regularly thinking that like what my ideas totally how we can able to generate the product with low cost, and it can be effectively work as an organic fertilizer type. So based on that concept, we have made it with a nano formulation and nano emulsification oil based extracts.
Yeah. I think all of it, if we can put it in the proposal, that would be helpful.
Kiran, one of our classmate, my classmate, his name is Sainath. So Sainath is from Mabunar district. So he had similar concept and he got funding from Tirupati Incubator for agri-biotech.
Okay. Actually, Tirupati Incubator, Dr. Prasad sir from nanotechnology department, I have given for my sample analysis.
It doesn't matter whom you know or what you have given. It's about an approach, like what we want to do. So as Dr. Ajit Kamath said, like put it in a proposal, apply for grants, because you are talking about funding, right?
Yes, sir.
You have to be crystal clear what you are asking for. Now you have proof of concept, and your aim is to produce low cost biofertilizers. I think put that in a proposal, like what is the problem you're solving, And then you approach incubators or you approach people like Gayatri who can support for grants. So I think that's a way to go for early stage funding. Or if you already have funding, then you can already go for producing things.
No, I'm looking for the funding now presently, because even for raw material also it is going to take cost, and like even to approach minimum equipments also it is taking time for me, because should manage for the family, like my family side and here two things. No? So
Understood. So
it
there
is
are
to
early stage grants that are really good in India. So make use of it. Only thing is sit and write proposal. Think what is the problem you're solving, and there are lots of pitch decks available online, like how you have to structure your pitch deck, or otherwise Gayatri is the right person to contact. Or
Okay.
sign up because he had similar idea and how he made it to Tirupati incubator. I didn't get much money. I think it was only 4 lakhs or something, but it
Yes.
gave a lot of boost. And even one of the Lakshmi I saw in Karnool. So she's a friend of Urban Kisan, Ajit, if you know Sai Ram Garu. So she basically wrote a grant to Tirupati incubator with exactly the same Urban Kisan concept. And then she got a grant, and now she built a rooftop hydroponic setup in Karnool. She got little grant afterwards. She got more. She applied for loan. Her things are not scalable yet, but the thing is, at least she made a way. She was telling me her story, like she was a botany teacher in Narayana College, and she was teaching NEET all the time, and she was fed up with her life. And then she spoke to Sai Ram Garu from Urban Kisan, and then she wrote a grant, and she made it there.
Okay, I will try and we'll see. But thank you so much.
Sure. Come up with a proposal. Just
Yes. We had a proposals, and as well, I'm actually where I did my PhD. ICR Nivedi, they had NAVIC programs and 25 lakhs grant funding, where my PhD guide itself is the PI for that. So it's not 100%. At least I can approach at least some level. Level in the sense to make a proposal properly, so that somehow can able to manage that. So only one option is there, and to make a successful that startup.
will be successful.
Thank you, sir. I will always used to ask you for suggestions. Not
here.
only now,
All here.
long back, I was like, I used to tell you like focus area, but that time it is not like product wise not developed, and I used to say now it is products which is like working in the field, and had a 4 companies, that one also like startup company, but there is no like a proper documentation. We have not yet made it. Now I'm asking them to make a documentary system, then I'll move for the further activities. So in that way was my situation. Now I'm looking for the funding. If it is funding either, so that I can able to make my own setup, and I'll ask them to go for the how much they want, I can able to give them. So in that condition,
Sure.
I'm there.
We'll make it successful. Work on the pitch deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anna.
Sure. Mansa, Vaishnavi. Mansa, please.
Sir, sir, I'm Mansa, and I'm graduated from the Central University in Biochemistry. So I recently completed my graduation. I'm from Karnool, sir. Sir, I have so many doubts. Actually, I got selected in Akash Institute as a assistant lecturer position. I have one doubt, sir. Is that PhD is the only way to go for abroad, or as a job career also we can go to abroad? Because after this I wanted to take this job. After 2 years I have another dream, so I wanted to work on that. So it takes 4 years. So once if I won't get it into the thing what I wanted, so the only option I have is to come to industry side or either abroad. So I'm just asking that PhD is the only way,
What do you
or
want?
any way also.
You are telling like after 2 years you want to do something, right? What do you want to do?
So that is something I've dreamed of from the childhood, so that I wanted to work on that. So if I'm not getting into that, so is there any option to go abroad
I'll tell you 2
without
stories.
PhD?
Mansa. I'll tell you 2 stories. Exactly after MSc, we also had the similar campus placement. Deepthi is here. I think she's gone. So we were placed in something called Velamal institutions for our international school teaching. Now you are placed in Akash Institute, right?
Yes, sir.
So 3 of my friends took that position. We didn't take it because we were crystal clear that we want to do something else. So one is Harish, who is also from Kurnool. So after going there, he didn't like his life. Then he applied for government jobs. Now he is into model school teaching. Okay, after several years. That's one thing. Another one is Vamsi Krishna D. He was studying molecular microbiology in HCU. So afterward I think he worked there for 3 to 4 years. Then afterwards he realized that school system, the training of schools, the torture is not good. So he developed interest in psychology, but he also didn't know what to do with psychology. Then he cracked CSIR and he tried to do PhD. In the PhD, he had another kind of some boss pressure and everything. Then in the end, like he understood that he wanted to also go abroad. He reached out to me at long back. It was again the same dilemma. He was telling me like I didn't do any research for past 4 years. Will I get a PhD? Then I told him to apply. He did not get anything. So he cracked in India and he went for PhD. But afterwards, long story short, what I'm telling to say is that if you choose couple of careers will also close because the relevant background will not be enough. And also Verma is another friend of mine who finished his PhD in HCU and now he's doing NEET training from past 4 or 5 years. He also came recently to Germany when I was there and looked for positions. And it was too difficult. I mean, at least in European countries, maybe in US or others, it's different. So when you choose a career like Akash Center and everything, they are lucrative as of now. But the thing is this is what you want? Or if you are looking for, jobs in industry, or if you're looking for academic careers, that may be, that may not add relevant experience. I may be wrong, but this is what I have seen with most of my friends who kind of went for teaching afterwards, and then getting back to research was difficult because the relevant experience will be missing.
Sir, if we worked in any industry side, so if we get experience, so option is there, no, to go to abroad.
Yeah, what do you
even
want
after so many years?
What do you want to do going abroad? There are many ways to go abroad.
No, sir, I'm always fascinated about going and exploring things. If nothing's work out in India, so I will definitely go to abroad. So I'm preparing for civil, sir. So
Okay.
so if that is not going to I'm not going to get it that. So I will definitely choose that because the only thing I'm working on it I'm studying for only UPS, sir, not state. So if I'm not getting into that, I'll definitely choose that abroad as an option. So if I get any work experience after working 2 years in any industry, so that I can go. So that I've been asking this question to many of my SRs. So they were saying that if you are working in Akash, then you don't have the chance to go on some other areas because you will be already attracted to that package and everything. So you can't go. They were saying, but they are not saying that if you are willing to go, even though you get a less package, you can go. They are not saying like that.
This package where? In industry or in abroad?
Even to the industry side or even to abroad. You can't change that career like from as a lecturer to something else. They are saying.
I will give you a couple of numbers, Mansa. I mean, I'll be in the campus on Sunday. Talk to those people. Let's see, like who have took already your path, maybe 10 years back. Talk to them and see, because they will be the right persons to guide you.
Okay.
Because we are giving second-hand experience, right? So let them give first-hand experience, and then decide.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to know that like anybody has gone like through this way.
I don't know. Maybe Ajit, do you want to answer?
Yeah. No. See, I think if you want to go abroad, you have to have a very clear idea. It's not as a backup. Okay. because you need to do a lot of work. I think we talked quite a bit about it in in today's session.
Exactly.
You need to make sure that you have a very good idea. It's not that, oh, I didn't get anything here, I'll go abroad and do what, right? So please, if you want to do that, do your background work. Make sure that you have identified some labs that are very much matching to your background and your interest. Okay, and you have to start communicating. I mean, no, this is a practice everybody has to do. That you reach out perhaps 6 months before, saying that I'm interested, and write to all these professors and say this is what I want to do. And if they say yes, come here and work. That is a possibility, but most often they would rather have students coming and working there, okay, than somebody coming from India and then going and working in the US. Again, I'm talking about the US. I don't have experience in Europe. I think Jagadeesh can enlighten us there. Okay, I don't know anybody who has gone directly from masters to a job in the US. Okay, most often it is people going for a higher studies. During that time they will work, or during internship they do internship, go through practical training, and then start working in a company. Okay, so one can do masters here or 4-year bachelor's here, and then apply for master's program in the United States or Canada, and then while doing that they take up a job and they finish their masters in 2 years, and then they join the industry as a practical trainee and then continue there. Okay, rarely, if I have masters in India and then I apply to, and companies in the US, you will not get a response. When I applied many decades ago, I didn't get a response soon after masters. Okay, so please have a clear thought process what you want to do if you want to go to the US.
Sir, I directly don't want to go there because I already know that something would be needed to go abroad. But if after experience something 2 years or something here in India, so that I can go in that way.
Yeah, so that experience has to be relevant for the job that you're applying.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you are, for example, if you are planning to do teaching, then you'll have to look for opportunities in wherever you are applying to that particular position with your master's plus 2 years of teaching experience. Okay.
Okay.
Or if you have master's here and then you have 2-year industry experience, then you can apply and say, I'm available for master's. But rarely,
Sir, through this teaching side, can we go to abroad? Like,
no, I don't know of anybody who has gone that way, unless you have, PhD, postdoctoral experience, and everything else. Just masters and going abroad and teaching. I think you'll have to teach perhaps undergrad or high school students. I don't know how that works. I don't have that knowledge, Manasa.
Okay.
Answer. So this NEET coaching in Akash is specific to India, and you will be expert.
Yes, sir.
You will be expert in training people how to get through the NEET exam, but you will not be an expert in teaching subject. So that's why this relevant will be invalid when you want to try something else. My friends had same issue. My friend Verma is an amazing teacher. Like under him, I think hundreds of people got got through NEET exams, and many of them are becoming doctors now. But when he came and he wanted a job in abroad, there was nothing existing.
Okay.
Yeah. Losari Vaishnavi.
Yes, sir. So good evening, sir. I am Vaishnavi. I have recently completed my integrated master's in systems biology from University of Hyderabad. So I was so confused whether to do a PhD or not, but I'm now a little oriented towards doing a PhD. But then, so I'm now confused whether to do a PhD in India or abroad. I have seen so many seniors in HCU who are in 8th year of their PhD in India. So I'm so afraid. I am so afraid of that, particularly the time aspect in India. So what are your so why India needs so much of time to complete a PhD in India?
didn't do PhD from here. I cannot comment on that. Anybody else in the group?
Can I say something here?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, if you look at my LinkedIn page, this is precisely what I wrote about today. If PhD is something, it's not for everyone. You must understand. Please bear with my negative message here. If you are very passionate about research and after doing PhD, if you want to strongly go for an academic career or some research-oriented industry, then you do a PhD. PhD is very strongly career and a very strongly research-oriented person's outlook. If you're scared, unsure, don't go. It's a lot of time, 5-6 years, and even after 6 years, you don't really know what's going to happen. Postdoc and then jobs. I have had PhD graduates who are getting very pathetic salaries. So my own daughter, who was a graduate, was making much more than my own PhD scholar. It was sad, unfortunate, but true. And then nowadays, there are lots of institutions that will give you a PhD. PhD has become, please have a degree. PhD is like that. You know, it's very easy nowadays. There is no need to fear. The point is, do you want to do a PhD is the major question you want to ask yourself. There was a lot of prestige associated with PhD in earlier times. Believe me, that kind of prestige is going down day by day. Just like engineers, we had a lot of engineers make the world and all that. Nowadays, every other nook and corner, you can find engineers. Same is the thing with this. So please don't have two minds about it. Very clear. Are you passionate about studying day and night and making a change in the world and all that? Then go for a PhD. Otherwise, don't go. That's what I would say. Please don't mind my such direct, discouraging kind of a note. But then that will hopefully make you think more. That's my 2 cents worth on this issue.
Okay, sir. Sir, I have one more question. So, actually, my experience is somewhat scattered. So I have done my master's in computational biology and of systems biology, and then I have an international internship in soil sciences. And then I did my master's research project in plant sciences. So basically, I'm interested in plant bioinformatics area. So is it so whenever I'm applying abroad for this PhD, I'm getting a lot of rejections. So is it my scattered research area that is making no sense to them, or should I gain more experience in one area before applying to any particular project? Or so I'm really confused whether to take coaching for CSIR because I don't have a fellowship if I want to do a PhD in India. So should I do a project or should I take coaching? I'm literally so confused. So if anybody is giving some words, then I'd be very happy.
I mean, the uniqueness of Vaishnavi, what you have is that you are scattered knowledge, because the system biology subject was started in HCU exactly to get that knowledge, because where you integrate systems and knowledge of computers into the biology, bioinformatics, let's say. And many of your seniors that whom I know, they all got beautiful careers. Like a couple of them are in companies now, a couple of them are abroad, a couple of them are in Israel, US. They are doing exceptionally well because they carry these both knowledges of IT, information technology, as well as computers. So I think now you applied that to plants. There are lots of laboratories who are using it. You can also go and talk to Agri Biotech Foundation that we are closely collaborating with Professor Pakireddy. He may also put you in touch with a couple of people, or otherwise talk to your seniors. Like most of your seniors are very well settled, because you carry this systems biology integration approach that gives you an edge. Because most of us, like for example, I did MSc Animal Biotechnology from HCU. I was only good at vet biology. I don't even know bioinformatics, but you carry both of it, right? And the exam what you go through to get into that is also super difficult. It's not easy for others to crack. So don't underestimate yourself.
Okay, sir. So that's what having. So I did my master's project in wet lab because I wanted to have experience in both of them. So, but then now I feel like I don't have experience in either of them.
Yeah.
And then I have one more answer. So this is the last one. So in Europe, there is something called licentiate degrees, right?
What? Sorry, what degrees?
A licentiate degree, something which is known as a half PhD in Sweden or Finland.
I don't know.
So,
do you know anything? No. Okay.
I haven't heard of such things at any time.
Okay.
okay, so I have applied for some position in Sweden, and then when I got the interview call, I came to know that it is a licentiate degree, which is something similar to a half PhD, and then it is something similar to an MPhil in India.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that. Yeah. Okay.
So is it valid in India if I go for that position or?
But what this valid means, like valid?
Is it invalid means does it carry any value? I mean,
like, you know,
it's not a
MPhil,
PhD, right?
MPhil was there long back. Now it's not there in sciences anymore. That was one of the thing I think mostly for, you know, to get into lecturership or other things. But now MPhil is not there anymore. But in Europe it might be there in special places, mostly because, you know, that will be an extra additional skill to join a PhD. Maybe they may not be considering your these things, your credit points. Ajit sir, do you want to add anything?
Yeah. Vaishnavi, let me make a few comments about this. Okay, the half PhD, I'm not aware of this, but it's for you to find out from the college or the university that is providing this information as to what is the next. Okay, for people who get this degree. Okay, you have to find out if they say, you know, you join for this half PhD, and after that, if you're on successful completion, you become eligible to go to the PhD program, then it is different. Or they may say, you know, invariably, you know, people who get this MPhil equivalent or half PhD, you know, are absorbed into various roles in Sweden, then that is something. So I think you'll have to reach out to them, get more information, and then you decide. Okay. Without that, I think you will not be able to. I mean, you will be lost. Yeah, because you go there and suddenly realize that you don't know how to utilize your knowledge or where you will be placed or what type of opportunities you have. Okay. So that's one comment. The second comment I wanted to make is, you know, about your diverse background. That is actually you have to position it. Depends on how you reach out to this academia or these, you know, people who you wrote. Okay, if you have to connect all the things together and say, you know, why you moved from one area to another area and what was the outcome of this. Okay, if you just say, you know, I'm just giving this example, I'm not saying that you did that. If you say that, you know, I did my master's in this, I did my, you know, integrated, I mean, my project work in this, and now I did my integrated masters in this, can I come and work in a lab? Nobody will look at that. Okay, so I'm curious to know what you wrote in your cover letter.
Well, actually, I'm very curious about all these subjects, sir. So I want to learn. I want to learn whatever it is related to bioinformatics with some connections to agriculture. So
yeah. So I think the best is, you know, doing all the background work. If you applied perhaps to 10 or 20 or 30 different institutes working on plant biology, then, you know, you tailor each of your application. Okay, it can't be, you know, a generic letter that you apply and say, you know, I'm interested in coming and, you know, doing my PhD. I think you have to you know, make it very specific for each of the institutes, saying that I know you are working on Arabidopsis or you are working on, you know, the different class system, and I'm interested in this because I already have a background in systems biology. Integrated during my integrated masters, I did this particular project which is very relevant to what I can do in your institute or in your department or in your lab. Okay, then they know that you have done your background work. Okay, and then if they say no, it doesn't mean that it's a no. Okay, you still have to pursue it depending upon your interest. Okay, and it's not that you apply once and they say no and that's the end of it. I think you'll have to approach them after a few months, or say, is it okay if I write back to you and explore possibilities in 6 months? They may say, okay, you are serious. Then you write after 6 months, they may say, oh, nothing is there, but they know that you are still interested. Okay. And then perhaps they will say, yeah, you apply in the next cycle and I will look at that. So you need such leads, Vaishnavi, multiple leads. And then perhaps 1 or 2 of them will work within your time frame.
Yes, sir. So I need to put together, and then I need to like take an advantage and then speak to them, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So Sweden, I think you need to talk with them, because they may say, oh, invariably, and this is quite often true in some of the European countries. They train people and they say, please join us, okay, as an instructor or teacher or a researcher, and you will continue there in different roles. You may be a student, but soon you'll become a regular employee and continue working there. Okay, so I'm sure they'll provide you more information than what you currently have.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, but Vaishnavi, make use of this Hyderabad ecosystem, because I was also not aware much of the plant biotechnology as well. If you are good at plants, and there's so much of research happening. We recently happened to meet our own EC member, Dr. Meenakshi Sundaram. He's doing exceptionally well in rice varieties. And there are lots of other big scientists like Mangarutia and others. They're doing really, really good work that is needed for the country. So they are very approachable. Go and talk to them if needed. We'll provide contacts. That's what we are good at, at FABA. So go and talk to them and see if something that you need.
Okay, sir. I'll contact you.
Yeah, Jagadeesh, if I can just add, it's in such situations, when you're going and approaching somebody, you explain what you did and what you can do. Okay. And if you can work with them for 3 months, 6 months, they'll be able to tell you which is the best lab in Europe to apply. Okay. So you have to reach out to people. Okay. See, I think the most important thing is having interest to pursue your studies, or having interest to find a job. Okay. It can't be half-hearted. That's for sure. Okay. If you are serious, then you have to do all the background work. When you say you, it's not you, but I'm talking about all of us. Okay, then we have to do all the background work and say, okay, I'll reach out to this particular, person, like Jagadeesh gave you some names. Reach out to them and say, I went through FABA. They suggested I can come and talk to you. Can you please spare 30 minutes of your time and say, this is what I want to do, and I'm interested in applying here. Can I work with you for 6 months and then go abroad? Or you suggest I go abroad now. These are the 10 places I applied. Do you know, which is the best lab? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you have to do all this background work as long as you are interested in it. That's what I think. Without interest, nothing will pursue, either in the industry or in academia.
So I want to do a PhD and go into industry only, sir. I want to do something which, which is directly useful to people. I don't know if I'm wrong with that.
Yeah, so that itself is good. You already have a good understanding what you want to do. So I think you should definitely talk to people in the field and then say, okay, I want to do something that is applied biotechnology. Okay, with plants. What can I do? How can I do? This is my knowledge. This is my systems biology experience. Okay, I think people will be happy to help you out.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Sure.
I also say Sai Kiran. Do you want to ask or anything? Like others, please turn on cameras. So we're talking to people whoever are proactive and approaching us. But remaining others, it's not like we are not neglecting. You're just not opening your cameras or talking.
Sir, I have a related question to industrial PhDs.
Yeah.
So I've heard a lot of big companies, they tend to have these industrial PhD programs, but lately I'm not finding them on the company websites. Is there some known path to find it, or how can we approach them about it?
I not the right
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. Okay. See, encouraging people to do very good science is critical in the industry. Retaining people is very important to the industry, and then people bringing new technologies, okay, is important in the industry. Okay, all of it is done by scientists in the industry. So they encourage people to continue doing that. While they are working on their current project, they would like people to apply for a PhD program and continue as a part-time. But very few companies have that provision, because either they don't know the process or it requires quite a bit of work by the industry to set up such facilities, and HR comes into the picture. Okay, you have to be given enough time to do your PhD work while you are still working for the company. You are working full time for the company, and then whenever you have spare time, then you do your PhD work. You have to do coursework during your PhD. You have to do a project during your PhD. So this puts a lot of pressure on the industry to see how they can support you while you're still, working whole day in the industry. Okay. So from that point of view, very few companies allow their people to do their PhD. So you have to, if it is not there on the website, the best would be to ask the HR if there is a provision to do PhD and what what are the facilities that they provide. My own experience, because I was a PhD guide for a couple of people in the industry. For example, this is Jubilant. The people were registered at Mysore University or Pune University, but they had to work full time in the lab. 8 to 5, they are working in the lab. Okay. After that, they can do some work for their PhD work. So they cannot finish PhD in 5 years, 6 years. It takes a lot more time because they are full-time people. So you have to have this type of discussions, with the prospective employer.
One thing maybe I can also add, I'm not sure, Ajit, please feel free to correct me. Gayatri, also check for the companies which are doing original research. So, in India, very few companies are doing original research and has R&D. So there they need industrial postdocs. I saw in many abroad companies like Merck or Pfizer, they used to have a lot of industrial PhDs at GSK as well because they do original research. But here in India, mostly are CROs or generics or biosimilar manufacturing. Very few may have R&D division, proper R&D division, let's say. And another thing that I also want to comment, recently when we had an interaction with one of the startup, BioAsia, let's say. So they created a position for somebody who can do their work. But when I told, if people will be also interested to do PhD, then he was telling, then we will tie up with Mysore University and we will allow them to do PhD. So that thing is, they want their things to get done because they are business oriented. But if you convince them that, to support your project for finishing a PhD, and you need to show them a way. Sometimes they also, they do not know the way. And these universities like Mysore University, Manipal University, they are really good places that they provide PhD with.
Right, sir. I haven't seen Manipal University offering with any industry collaboration. At least it wasn't there while I was doing my master's there. PhDs was mostly only academic.
Not directly Manipal University offering it, but through the PI, they can forge any connection.
Right. Okay.
Industry, I would say.
Yeah, and I've seen the Roche company, they have in Switzerland some industrial PhD. Side.
Yeah, these original research companies they take a couple of my friends also did industrial postdocs, industrial PhDs and postdocs. Like Boehringer Ingelheim is a very good company. They do on AAVs and respiratory medicine. So they good thing about them, or actually bad, is that for them industrial PhDs are so easy because they pay very less. So it's a cheap labor that they get. It's cool.
Okay.
Then they get the quality out of it, because for if you do a job, your job is 9 to 5, but if you do PhD, it's all the time.
Right.
Somebody who pays, let's say, 60,000 or 80,000 euros, they pay only 24,000 to 30,000 euros per year.
So is it that they're not considered as a full-time employee? Is it only a student stipend?
No, the PhD salaries are bare minimum anywhere in the world.
Right. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Great. So I think we are closing it now. So anybody else have any final doubts?
Can I just give one parting message, please, Jagadeesh? I want to see our country has this problem because our parents are very protective and we give our parents all the while. I wanted to focus and stress on Dr. Kamat's point again. You are going to make decisions based upon your interest. Your interest will safeguard your happiness in times to come. So you have to be very clear at a particular juncture, at least around this time, 22. Most of you are postgraduates. You should have figured out the ballpark now. You should be making very clear-cut assessments on realities. Do I want to do something in academics? Then I definitely should go for PhD. Do I want to do something socially useful and I should have a private life and personal life? Then I should most probably try to get myself a job and try to build slowly from there. These are the kind of simple thought processes that you need to start doing. It's in the US where I was for 5 years, people when they are 17, 18, they have got these kind of things already figured out. If you are not doing it, start doing it now. FABA is one platform where you can very clearly get these kind of ideas. So to put things very critically, please have a very clear-cut idea by the time you finish that master's, whether you want to go for a PhD. This thing is something very, very, very clear you should have. Don't waste too much time in PhD and then realize I didn't want this for my life. That's something I wanted to say very clearly. Your interest is what will take you, drive you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Murli, very well put, Murli. I think at the end of it, you don't want to spend 10, 15 years and say, oh, my father asked me to do this. I don't know why I did that, or my mother asked me to do this. Okay. End of it, because it's not straightforward. See, at the end of it, please remember, you have to enjoy what you're doing. Okay. You have to say, hey, this was good, very good challenge. I'm glad I got it. Okay. I'm solving the problem, whatever I wanted to do. Okay. That you can't do it for your father or mother or anybody else. You can do it maybe for 6 months and say, put up with it. But, whether it's PhD or work that you don't like, it's very, very hard. So put your heart into what you want to do some, soul searching, if that's the right word. Okay, and come up with a plan. Absolutely, I think Murli said, okay, in other countries, people get to do that, 18, 19, they know exactly what they want. But in India, parents are obviously, very protective and they give a lot of freedom and say, this is what you want to do. But, eventually, I think now is the time for you to say, okay, I will do this, I'll go through this. I really like working for a company, or say that, no, I don't want to do this. I would rather, start up my own company. Or you say, okay, no, none of this for me. I'm ready for a PhD. I'll go through the tough times, whatever that's required, but it's for me. Okay, so you'll have to get that clarity so you're at peace when you're making up your mind.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Radhana sir. Sir is here.
Good morning, sir.
Sir is in US. That's why we are telling you good morning to him.
Good evening.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Yeah.
So hot discussion is going on.
Yes, sir. I mean, I think it's like a continuous dilemma that everybody had, like in our careers as well, the students has. But now I think they can take informed decisions whether to go for PhD or job, or what is in and out of anything, or India.
So gone were the days when so we were just simply going, if you are passing one degree, then go to the next, all the way up to PhD or something like that. Okay. And now I think as a student, there are various other options. students are also exposed to such kind of opportunities that are available, and they are changing their directions right in the beginning also. So if you see in big cities like Bangalore, Hyderabad, or maybe other places, they are not continuing after the bachelor's degree. Straight away they are going to either entrepreneurship or maybe the other kind of profession in which they have interest.
Yes, sir.
But still, I think in the rural areas, it may be continuing. That is where we need to bring this kind of awareness.
Yes, sir. Great. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining. So Divya has put a feedback link here. Please give some feedback. And also, we also request everybody to take FABA membership. It's quite simple for students. It's only 1,000 rupees. Only for Indian people. For outside people, you have your own respective chapters. For individuals, it's around 2,300. So please consider taking FABA membership. Great. Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining then.
Good night.
Thank you, sir. It was a great session.
Rajit Kamath for patiently answering all the students' questions.
Thank you, Jagadeesh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. Nice meeting you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Nice
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank